Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to a not too much gaming really, but it was just me messing around, so the gameplay is not really all too important. What's important is the message of this video, and something I've noticed like from real life and people who I've talked to, things I've seen online, and I'll add a couple stories as fast as possible as I can to get the video over and done with. If I have to make a part two, sure, alright, whatever, we'll do it. If not, then cool. So, you probably see by the text on the screen, it's about like scammers and stuff and whatnot. And I think for most people, especially over the phone or things that should be online too, like as most people spend their time on social media and everything, it should be obvious what things are and aren't real. But the fact that it still happens means it needs to be said. Stop falling for that shit. and a perfect example of it, right, for my experience. Oh shit, that was fast. I've had folks call me like it was like Indian dudes. Didn't even sound like American Indian. Like you could tell he was actually from somewhere in India or in Indonesia, whatever. And he was pretending like he was part of the IRS or something. He's just like, "Oh, there is a warrant for your arrest. We are coming to get you. Like, best, pay me $5,000 over the phone." Blah 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 blah. It's like, no, I'm not falling for that. You fucking derp. Because half the time, what they want to do is make you buy a bunch of gift cards so you can send money to them in some regard, and let them win. And the fact that some of y'all out there going like, "Oh yeah, you're the IRS, you must be real, okay. You know, I'll just do whatever you say, oh jeez." You know, turning into like a woman sounding Morty because of how panicked you are. Fucking stop it. Like seriously. Because if you're watching this now and you're one of those people or you know someone who may be like that, please pass the common knowledge, you know, for those people. It could be your grandma, it could be your little cousin, it could be your older cousin, you know, whatever. Anybody and everybody of all ages can possibly fall victim to this stupid shit because they're being stupid too. You know, stupid falls for stupid, you feel me? Also, I'm supposed to get us out here. So and a perfect example, like I said, about the IRS guy, like he just called me and said, "Oh, part of the IRS." I literally live a couple blocks from a police station in my neighborhood. So if it was the IRS or whatever group, it wouldn't be too hard for them to get me. You know, like I'm literally their fucking neighbor. If they wanted me or to seal me away, jail me up, like it wouldn't take that long. It wouldn't even take a phone call. They would be here. They can literally go for a walk and bam, they got me. It's that fucking easy. You know, and the same thing goes for like, for example, my grandmother. She's an older lady. I'm sure other people's grandparents too. You know, in the 80s, 90s and stuff. They're not too in tune with the next technology examples. I mean, for example, and one of the things she did, or that happened to her, was there was a guy who had a voice very similar to mine, claiming to be Yod Ian. I won't say the last name out of respect, of course, of myself and the rest of the family. But they went and called her and said, "Oh, hey, this is your grandson. I'm suffering from this, and this situation. Please give me money." And she was about to do it, but she was like, "Oh, I'm not too sure. Like, you know, but if you really need it, I can help you, just not right now, though." And then they were like, "Okay, sure." And they left it at that. And she called me after because she talked to my dad. And then we secured that it wasn't me. But the fact that it wasn't obvious that it wasn't me, maybe just these people, they probably track you down or find some sort of information on you. They find people that are of the most similar build or similar personality even, or their way of speaking. So like, for example, I'm a guy, so they would have a male speak for me. They want to have a high-pitched voice female going, "Yes, I'm determined, guy." You know, that's fucking dumb. No one's gonna evolve for that. Unless of like I got hacked or something. There was just some weird kid just taking over the channel and running rampant. But to be honest, it would be kind of funny to see what they do. I would be thoroughly entertained by that. But there are a couple more like the scammer things, especially through TikTok. Like I'm going to mention two, and then we're going to cut this video off as soon as I can because I don't want to talk longer than 6 minutes. So I'll run it down to subject A and subject B of these other examples. Subject A is people who try to use like a sexuality to try to get to you. So like there'll be like a fake girl messaging you like, "Hi, where are you from? I want to get with you. I'm really interested in you. You're so handsome." Like I always respond like a sarcastic dipshit because that makes them leave you alone, and they'll pass it on to their little scammer headquarters. Okay, one, I'm pissing them off, which is good, and two, you know, they're like, shit, this guy's on to us. You know, it'll make it less likely to occur. But there's so many of y'all fellow men who are like, "Oh my god, there's actually a girl interested in me. This has never happened. This online girl, I'm going to say yes." Ugh. You know, you're going to be my character right now, just punching the ground like, "Look how amazing I am. I'm conquering worlds because I'm punching and spinning in circles." Because that's how damn stupid it is. And so, the second thing, with, you know, subject B, is the begging scammers, aka also the actual beggar, like they look like they're poor, or the folks who try to mask they're asking for money. Mainly those crystal people, like that, you know, they worship the crystal and the rocks, and they think they got the energies of the witches and the whatever else is pagan. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like bashing on pagans though, they're fucking cool, like the actual pagans. What I'm talking about though is people who walk up to a random rock and they just go, "Oh, I can make somebody fall for this." Or even if they believe that they have these abilities, okay, cool, good for them. But they'll go and make people fall for the trick, like, "Yes, I can tell you what outcomes of your life are going to happen to you if I speak to this rock on Tuesdays." So it'll hit Tuesday and they'll be like, "Great and mighty rock, what will be the future? What would it take shape of?" And they'll be like, "The sun is on this angle and the shadow is over here. That means you're getting laid today." You know, they'll have some real simple and obvious that would happen to most people. They'll be like, "Oh, you're going to have a nice day at work," or, "Oh, because your birth sign is this sign, that means that you're going to find something out in public that will help you." You know, they take very general things that will happen that's obviously going to happen. So it would be like saying, "Oh, at some point you take a left turn." For folks like me and probably the rest of you guys on this channel, you know, okay, we're always going to take a left turn. That fucking $50 was a waste of time. Go screw yourself. You know, bullshit. That's in case if you do actually fall for it and pay the money. Other times there will be people who will be like, "Wow, I did take a left turn. Holy shit." You know, they go all crazy. And the fact that there's so many people out there who are like that, that's why these scammers will continue to exist. Is because y'all are not taking the extra step to say, "Hey, I'm going to be better today. Hey, tomorrow I need to get better. I need to advance myself in thinking." Or, you know, stop doing whatever it is I'm doing and go forth. And even me, I'm not the greatest motherfucker out there. I know I got plenty of problems. I got things that I fall for that I still need to learn. You can see in some of my dumb Elden Ring PvP videos, like especially early on, if someone did Dragon Breath at me, I would just run towards it and try to get a jump attack in. Now I know I can put distance. I can run sideways, or I can use a certain Ash of War to zip up to you and just R2 attack. You know, it's quite simple because I learned, because I take the time to actually figure something out. You know, so that's all I have to add to this. I hope this video does help. If it's funny because you guys just like hearing my thoughts on things, Nicole, we could probably make this a series if you don't mind. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. And if you wish to add to things, let me know. You know, just drop it off in the comments and shit. And yeah, have a good one. And if there's any questions, I will answer. And many more. Stereotypical outro. Peace.